Islami dina Nabi Muhammadin Nabiyya wa Rasulah. First of all, I would like thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving us health so we can attain this place in hot situation and good condition. Secondly, salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has given us mercy and blessing from the darkness to the lightness, from the Jahiliyah era to Islamic era. The Honorable Miss Nadira SPD MPD and all my beloved classmates. I am going to start my speech with a question: which one is better, doing the right thing or doing the good thing? I give you 20 seconds to decide your choice. Now what is your answer? I believe most of you still can decide. Don't worry about it, I still couldn't decide it myself. Do you know why it is difficult for us to choose between the two options that I just mentioned to you just now? Because the question is not really about what we decide to choose, but it is about whether or not we have strong morality inside us. My name is A.Andini Putri Pratiwi, and today I will deliver my speech about moral education, specifically about several ideas that we can use to implement moral education at school. Ladies and gentlemen, before I talk about my ideas on how we can possibly implement moral education in our school, I would like to tell you what I have in my mind about moral and moral education. When we talk about morality, I don't think there is a fixed definition about it. Morality for me is not only about right or wrong, but it is also about whether or not something that we do is kind or good. If you really on this definition, there will be a question in our mind. The question is what is good and what is not. What is the basis for us to tell whether an action is kind or not? Well, that is just how difficult it is for us to find morality. For me, morality is not about a definition from the dictionary, because the only thing that can help us to tell whether something is good or not is heart. And as much as we want to believe that the heart is a pure thing, we have to admit that it is also influenced by various external concepts that is exposed to us over and over again. What does it mean, ladies and gentlemen? It means that the heart can be corrupted if it is exposed to negative concepts repeatedly. Looking at this condition as the place where children spend most of their time, the school surely holds responsibility to take part in their character building, and in this case it is through moral education. I have several ideas on how we may be able to implement moral education at our school easily. The first one is start the day by praying or doing something to remember the God. I believe that our parents have introduced us to the concept of God since we were kids. That's why I also believe that we know that we are actually accountable for everything that we do in our life. This may sound like a simple concept for us, but the fact in this is that if we don't try to keep remembering it, sometimes we can just forget that we are accountable for our action and anything that we like carelessly. If we start our day at school by praying, we will remember that the God is watching our actions, so that we will try to do our best and behave ourselves toward each other. A leading trainer and also a writer of many books related to character building, Ipo Santosa has proven this to be true. Around 5 years ago, he started a kindergarten since the day one of the opening. As the owner of the kindergarten, he asked all people in the school to pray duha. It turned out that the students, the staff, and also the teacher become calmer and easy in doing the activity at the school. As the result is less than 5 months, he managed to open 5 branches of kindergarten with the same concept. This costs us nothing to implement in our school. It means that we have nothing to lose if we want to give it a school. We just have to be willing to do it together. The second one is to make the first hour of the school to be the time for all students to work together and clean the classroom and its environment. The cleaning process is not merely taking out the garbage but also sweeping and mopping the floor, cleaning the window, and everything in the classroom in order and make it look tidy. This activity will make the student to be disciplined, especially in keeping their environment clean. They will also learn how important cooperation is. Hopefully, through this activity, the student will appreciate their environment and other people more. The kind of activity has been implemented in Japan. The result has shown their students become more appreciative toward others and also their environment. It is because they finally learn from their own experience that keeping an area clean is not as easy as it may look. It took effort and cooperation to do so, and since they are doing this activity every day, it becomes a part of them. The third one is to say greetings to all teachers when they first arrive at school and also when they want to go home in the afternoon. This activity will grow a deeper connection between teachers and students, because just like the wise word says, to get closer to someone, you need conversation, and the shortest conversation is greeting. I believe this is so true, because if we really want to think about it, how can we really get closer to our teacher if we never even talk to them or greet them? I think that's all from me. I hope you find something useful from my speech. Thank you very much for your attention and see you again. Billahi fisabilil haq, fasafikul khairat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.